So now you're gonna do your lip.
Well, episode 1 through 3, that's what I did, so I think I should just continue for continuity.
Can't just show up prepared.
No, and neither can you, apparently.
I'm dressed.
I'm dressed. I was ready to go.
My lace front eyebrows are on.
They're muddy and oatmeal-y and already.
Muddy and oatmeal-y. Muddy and oatmeal-y. Okay, we'll get to it. Give us dabs.
Okay, Rachel.
Rachel. Oh.
Rachel.
I was like, what was that docu I watched? The Rachel, that one girl who wasn't really black or whatever. Dolezal?
Rachel Dolezal, transracial icon.
Transracial. It was.
But my thing is, there are a lot of people who are just like, she was doing good for the community and, being good representation. So I'm just like,
that was a good docu because I didn't know she was black.
She's not.
Well, you don't know until I didn't know anything about her.
Oh, I'm like, she was major news.
I didn't watch the news.
There we go. I don't watch the news.
So it's kind of, I know I need to take this down so you can see my outfit because I match, but it's so cold and this vent's on me.
Move the vent on me, mama.
I can't believe Lana Madison has her phone number.
Rachel Dolezal?
Yes.
Does she know that, like, she's supposed to be black, or?
It goes with the whole Madison experience.
I'm like, she's very, like, anti-racist.
Yeah, but, I mean...
She worked for the NAACP. Like, I don't know what to tell
crazy.
you. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, this lady was doing work in the community.
She was doing the footwork.
I don't know, girl.
The groundwork, as some would say.
She does something now. I thought she did OnlyFans for a second.
Did she really?
She might have. I think she's doing, like, foot stuff.
That's smart.
She has her braids in. They cost.
You can't hear what she's doing, but she's doing her lips. You think if you put the pencil marker closer to it, they can hear you?
No, because I don't scrape that shit on there like you.
Oh, you're doing it very ever so lightly, like an artist. I do it like a man who wants to look like a woman.
Also, if you can't hear that, Brandon just did a dab at, I think, 675 degrees is what it temped out at.
Yeah.
He's currently crying.
Commence coughing. Okay, so I know that we're wearing pink. I'm wearing pink. She's got joggers on and I've got joggers on.
Wait, we kind of are matching.
Yeah, we are matching.
Oh wait, I kind of love that. That's kind of
cute. You're in camo though, because you're like
I'm blending in. Right.
I don't blend.
You said, and that's enough of that top.
And that's enough of that. I'm freezing. This AC.
I know I should be sitting on that side because I get hot.
Like we really probably should just switch it up every now and again.
He said, just every once now and then.
And now when it comes to winter and the heat comes on, you're going to be like,
Switching back. It's seasonal. All right.
You have seasonal depression here?
Seasonal depression?
I don't feel like it happens here.
Because
unless you hate summer.
Then it's hot and hotter.
Yeah, we are kind of.
I don't think that's how that works, but.
Oh, I thought it just was like when it gets cold and icky, you're like, sad. Sorry, I don't mean to make fun of it. I just really thought that's what it was. Everyone's always said my seasonal depression's kicking in whenever it comes winter time.
Yeah, I guess it just looks sad outside, and you're just like, oh, sad. Now I'm sad. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Oh, I
do it, Umbleg or whatever.
Belegnick. It's Belegnick.
Belegnick.
Oh my god, I love her. She's so fierce. Anyways, shout out Jade. Come on the pod. Thank you guys so much for joining us again. We have you have to start it because you go big, bald, and then we. Or do we do the women's room?
Hi, I'm bald, and that's big over there. This is the women's room.
She said, there
Where
we
the
go.
men are supposed to go, but the women are now. Because we're...
That was great. No, it's perfect.
Okay. Take it from the top.
Okay.
You're
I
gonna
got this.
repeat all
So
that?
I got it. We'll do welcome to the women's room. You'll say, we got big, and she's still bald. There we go. Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of The Women's Room.
We got big.
And she's still bald. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Take a seat. How are we doing?
Do anything else you need to do to get comfortable.
Do if you got to. That's none of my business. I actually think about that where I'm like, I am an avid podcast listener. Where I'm like, I just be doing just about anything while this thing is on. So I'm like, someone is fixing their car, listening to us cut up, or getting their brains out, or, you know, prepping for trade.
They're at work,
yeah.
hating it, or loving it, trying to make it better.
Getting through it. Let us know what y'all are doing while y'all are listening to us just cut up for fun. Because that's kind of been running in my mind.
Just like, what are people doing while they listen to us? God, it's just terrifying.
I would love for, you know, like those Gooners that have like 6 different screens. They like have their, and then they also have like an entertainment one that they'll like.
Us.
I need it to be us. I need to see us on someone's Gooner setup with like 5 different pages of like different porn and then just us.
You're going to get that next week. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Ask and you shall receive. Yeah.
Well, sis, we're both matching in our pink tops. We've got our bottoms on that match. And you're spilling out your top there, honey. The tatas are growing.
Girl, the moans have been running through my system rampant, taking over, changing things the way that they should be. We're about to hit 6 months. I do my blood work tomorrow. So we get to see my hormone levels. Have we talked about... No, we did that on a... Lost footage. We talked about on that one. We just went through my levels. Let's go through my levels.
That was a...
Where's my phone?
Yeah, we can compare the levels now, and then when we have them next week, we can pull them up.
Yeah.
I think we also need a whole podcast where we go back and we're like, let's talk about that. We'll talk about that in another one. So I'm like, we really just leave cliffhangers.
So getting my levels done tomorrow, and since I've been tracking them, because I'm like, I'm trying to see like what's the tea every 3 months. So we have, starting off when I did my first round, my estradiol level was at 39, and my testosterone was at 435. Like that's, you know, for testosterone, 900's like the highest.
Yeah.
And then usually the dudes fall in.
Usually around 700.
600, 700, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little lower. And then my estradiol was pretty high because like men usually don't have like that much. And then 3 months later, I got them back and my estradiol was at 268 and my testosterone's at 1.1.
We got rid of the tea.
So the testosterone's out the body. I said, pack it up. Y'all gotta go.
Dang.
Yeah. It's kind of been major. I'm kind of obsessed and so excited to see what it is.
How are you feeling?
I'm doing so good. I feel like my brain is so different the way that I think. I feel like a major thing is like losing the majority of my testosterone, all of it, if any. Like this sex demon has exited my body and she's like chilling down the street.
You went from that creepy hormone monster to like the hormone monstress. Your second puberty.
No, let's not say all that. That's
what it's like. Is that creepy or something?
You're calling me creepy.
During second puberty, I guess that does sound funny, but it is. It's like you're becoming a girl. You're going through your girlhood before you go to your womanhood.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just being girl right now.
Your knockers are getting huge, though.
Huge.
We got to go get you sports bras and training bras and whatever the next step is.
Actually, I've already decided as a feminist move, not happening. Okay. You know, Realty, if you want to pay for me to have a bra, you can add to the fund to get me my internal one if it's such a problem. I'm like, I will gladly take the coins.
Breathe the nipple.
I'm like, I don't know. I feel like wearing a bra can fuck up your back and then like fuck up your tits in the long run.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not doing that.
So uncomfortable.
Yeah, there's no need. I'm like, girl, it's not that serious yet. Unless we want to get it.
How's the process been like getting your hormones here in Nevada?
So actually getting hold of hormones was super easy in my case just because I'm like, one, I was already seeing a therapist who like had the credentials to write me a WPATH letter, which is all they asked for. And
P.S. You
then
have to have your WPATH
so
letter.
just start talking to a therapist, someone qualified. If you don't need it in that moment, that's great. But she was able to be like, no, that's a girl. That's a lady.
I've been talking to a girl.
I've been talking to a girl. Yeah, that was super easy to get, and then she sent it over in a few days. I gave it to them, and it's just so like insurance will be like, okay, yeah, we'll pay for it, and you can avoid all the foolishness. So start talking to a therapist. Start talking to somebody.
I love your journey in this
Mm.
because
It's different than some.
mine was 10 years ago. I was ordering my moans off like the dark net. I didn't have a WPATH letter. I didn't know about a WPATH letter.
Well, you see, that's what happens when you have a mommy who tells you these things. And I was like, you know what? Maybe she's onto something here.
And you're like doing it through a doctor, like getting it paid for through like insurance, through work.
Yeah. Shout out to having a job with insurance. It's fierce. Yeah, I think my estrogen ends up being like $12. And then I get my Spyro, which is like a 90-day supply for like 30.
Yeah, that's really affordable.
And then my prep is free through them, so it's like that's it. I know. I love it. And it's like super easy. It goes through the state and I live.
That's so exciting. 6 months. 6 months on
I know.
the hormone monsters.
I know. It's kind of everything. I kind of love it. Extremely a lot more emotional. Even Austin was like, "Oh, you're nicer." And I went, "Maybe not that."
I always know when it's time for your shot too.
Oh yeah.
I'm like catching on. I'm like
God.
Wednesday, Thursday.
A Thursday is a rough day. Everything happens on a Thursday and it hits 10 times harder.
Yeah, Wednesday, Thursdays are not the tea.
You said
Saturday, Sunday. It's
like, she's fierce. Oh, she's
like
diva.
Joyful. Like
there's like light in her eyes.
Like wants to talk and let's watch something.
Because I know it's kind of times have changed quite a bit. There's a lot more transsexuals out in the world. There's a lot more, the younger people are coming into these positions of being doctors and understanding what's going on. But
we're in 2026.
I know. Mine is like a cute little Filipino twink. Love him.
That's so cute. It's so rad. Mine was like, I feel like the first time like trying to get anything was like, let's order it offline. And then Miss Diaz was like, girl, you really gotta go. You gotta go get your WPATH letter. If you want to get your surgeries, you're gonna have a WPATH letter. They don't just give surgeries to boys. I remember them saying that. And I was like, okay. Her and Erica Norell both would be like,
girl, go talk to somebody.
Erica Norell would literally be like, it's a forever thing. You're gonna wake up and you're gonna be bald and you're gonna have a beard and you gotta go to the grocery store and you've got to know that you're a woman and feel it because other people aren't gonna always see it. And I'm like, wow, she was so real because like still bald, gorgeous transsexual now who has to get up every now and again with stubble and go to the grocery store and know that she's won all these pageants and been this international icon and like,
that's still a lady.
And that's still a lady, no matter who sees it or not.
No, that's actually such a good point. I feel like a lot of people love to like when they're trans, they love to focus on like the immediate surface level like presentation of it all. Like, yes, that is a major part of your transition, a major part of your safety and like how you exist through this world and like how you'll be treated. But I'm like, while we're doing that and working on that, we need to be working on our womanhood inside and the way that we think and the way that we move throughout this world and like, realize that you are a woman and like you are your own woman.
Yeah, 1,000%. We've been socialized most of us were socialized as little boys. So like, owning your woman is one thing, but coming into your womanhood is another.
It definitely changes everything. Like the way that you even like move around people and like exist in relationships and like friendships and etc.
There was a hot minute where there were a couple of years where like, I've always been bald for the most part. I wore hair for a couple years on and off, whatever. But like I've pretty much always been bald, and facial hair is just something that like mine's dark, so sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not, whatever. But I remember like starting out in Florida, and like there was a girl across the street, Peyton. She was like, "Okay, you're cute, but you gotta wear some girl clothes." Because I was just wearing my boy shorts and, being comfortable. And I remember her like giving me all these dresses and sundresses, and
You were a sundress diva.
I was a sundress diva. I was just wearing them out all the time, full beard, hair. What hair I had to a little pony top knot, and then I ended up shaving that off, and it was just gender is a beautiful, cool expression and journey, but it's also like expensive. And I remember the things I had to do to fund my journey was like sex work. Yeah, so honestly, like I just relied on sex work because I was like, I didn't know there were other ways to fund my transition through corporations or having a job that had insurance or whatever. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do my sex work gig and I'm gonna fund this, drag, whatever. And it was expensive as shit, but there were doctors who were like specialized in trans surgeries in Florida, so that's why we were there in the first place. And so asking enough girls being like, who should I go to? What should I do? How much is that? Oh my God, I'll never be able to afford that. How? And then, finally saving up a couple thousand and getting my top surgery done.
Mm-hmm.
Before
through drag, mind you.
Through drag.
Through dollar bills. And...
Through dollar bills. And sucking.
And sucking.
And selling some videos here and there. But like, Misty Eyes was like, if you want to get your breast, you're going to have to get your WPATH letter because Florida doesn't allow you to do that. So here I am going to get my WPATH letter. I didn't even know what that meant. From it was like SunServe in Wilton Manors.
Yeah.
That's where everybody goes. And it was like a therapist. We had probably like 7 or 8 sessions, and then I got mine. Some girls went one or two times. They're like, I don't know. You're walking around here beard and boy shorts. I gotta really know you want this before I just write this letter and you're stuck with these
in
things.
Confidence.
Yeah. For
the girls that serve it's not. You got to really prove it from the inside out.
Kitty got hers in like 2 sessions.
Of course she did. Well, girl.
Yeah.
Right.
Girl every day.
No, I got mine just because I'm like, I was seeing my therapist in West Virginia, for like my own issues and own things that I wanted to talk about. And, trans things comes up like because it's just integral parts of our lives. But yeah, I just did my regular session, saw her for like a year and a half, 2 years. And then when I needed one, I just called her up and said, can you do this for me? And she was like, yeah, absolutely. Because she lived for me. Miss her so much. Shout out Susan.
She was seeing you for 2 years. She saw who you were. She's like, oh, you don't have that? Oh, let me get that for you.
Yeah, because I'm like, you can talk to me and no. I'm like, this isn't, there's no jig.
That's not a dude.
No, never. But yeah. So when you do call us dudes in the comments, it's this thing where it's like, really couldn't give more of a you actually are more clocky than me. Let's talk about that, but we'll table it.
You could not, like, I didn't care if I had my beard. I didn't care if my hair, I had any hair at all. If I was in my girl's clothes and serving it, or if I wasn't, it's she, her. I'm going to the women's bathroom. I don't want to be in the boys' bathroom. That's weird.
But now you're in the boys' bathroom.
Now I go back into the men's bathroom because I don't want to get arrested, and I'm like, whatever. And it's
you're cruising.
Yeah, it's kind of hot.
We don't gotta sugarcoat it.
Yeah, I go in the cheesecake bathroom, so we'll do. I don't know.
Little one too. Before the appetizers come out, girl. Nothing crazy.
What were we saying?
We were talking about how you were socializing yourself as a woman when maybe you shouldn't have been.
I literally was socializing myself. I was calling myself a woman and making other people call me a woman.
She had to believe it before she could walk it.
If they called me a boy on the microphone, it's she, her, it's ma'am.
she, her, sister, mind you. Yeah, no, Austin was known to make a stink and a fuss and a post.
Yeah, too much.
That's one thing. I if you're ever bored and you're just an integral part of the drag scene, you always just open Facebook because there is drama and mess. Always, because there's nothing better to do it sometimes. And Austin would start some drama and some mess.
So messy.
As an activist.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, that's
She was on her activism.
Now I just keep my mouth shut.
She did. She says her 1-2. We let her write it out, and then we delete it. We've learned. We learn and we grow.
Can't get the account banned anymore.
No, we cannot get the account. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's why. Because Brandon was getting so mad at you because you kept making these posts and like kept. Oh my god! And kept getting her Instagram deleted because she would just like go off. And Brandon's like, "We need this to, do the OnlyFans
To make money.
And she finally stopped. I'm like so glad that happened. Brandon actually threatened to stop doing it if you just kept.
Said, I'm not gonna do anything. I'll log it out and you can handle it all. And I was like,
scared you
I
straight.
don't know how to do this. I don't know where.
I don't even know the password.
I don't even know where the hashtags come from.
Where are hashtags made?
Where are hashtags made? Where's hash browns made?
Exactly. No, I kind of did that same thing where I'm like, I didn't want to medically transition until like I was ready. Like for a long time, I wanted to sit in it and become my own person and like wanted to really figure out who I was as a woman before I started all of the hormones and the surgeries and et cetera, et cetera. A lot of people love to like just rush into it, but I'm like, no, I just kind of like, started really coming into my womanhood. I like grew my hair out and started dressing like a girl, and everyone kind of fell in line.
You literally went away to school because you were doing drag and non-binary,
down the house,
like before you went off to college.
Yeah.
And then like there you were away at college, and I remember just like trying to keep up with like making sure that you were good, and them was like what I was doing. I was hard then. I didn't know how to think. I'm ignorant, whatever. And so, and I don't know, I feel like being in Wilton Manors, you're around so many transsexuals. It's like, okay, if you're not trans, we accept you're not trans. You say you're not trans and you're on your gender journey, then we've accepted that.
It's that thing where it's like, we'll let her think that.
But you look and gave woman
down the house. Yeah, I was kind of like around the people I like. Finally, it was like, okay, no, this is something that it is, and like kind of had the realization where it was like, no, I don't really feel myself stopping here. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go by Tara and exist as such, and just gave.
I remember like you telling me. I don't exactly remember, but I do remember you telling me, like, correcting me about your pronouns on the phone. We were on FaceTime, and you're like, "Is she her?"
She her.
And I was like, "Oh, okay, are we there?"
She got so excited. No, yeah, and then I just kind of like was in college, and I feel like that was the perfect place to like be away from everyone.
You had your girly roommates there.
Yeah, shout out Ariana, Lulu, and Anna, Julia. Y'all all saw it and y'all sat with it. And it was honestly like it was an enjoyable time for me. Fort Myers, there was nothing but quiet beach because I'm like, I was not with nobody there like that. And it was nice. I lived. Kind of like learned how to do my makeup and like dress and figure out like what my style was and like how I wanted to exist as a girl.
That's so like, to be able to go away and do it, because obviously it would have been so much harder if you were living with your parents and going to college and then like trying to do that. That would have been a lot. So
yeah, I feel like I fully had a conversation where my mom was like, yeah, that wouldn't have happened. And I was like,
that's what you think. I'd have
right.
Austin Brandon's couch.
Just a little earlier than expected.
Literally. I'm like,
but I'm like, I do really treasure kind of like taking my time with my transition. I'm like, it took me about like 5 years to start hormones. And I'm like, I just wanted to make sure I had some interpersonal goals that were like checked off. And like, I knew I was ready. Also, like, I didn't want to start hormones until like I was in like a super stable time in my life. Just because I'm like, they can make you go crazy. And they are super stressful. And it's like a lot. So it was like, it wasn't the right time. Until we got here, and I was like, okay, no, I'm good. I'm cute. Nothing's going crazy. It's chill. Now's the time to like really get into it and get used to it.
I wish we would have started the podcast like 7 months ago so we could have seen your whole transformation. I mean, I know you've always given woman plus count whatever, but
no,
like,
it's crazy.
People are saying
things.
A glow. Yeah.
I hear what the people are saying. No, I like ran into one of my coworkers I haven't seen because like I changed locations and haven't seen some people in a minute. They're just like, "Ooh, look good," and I'm like, "Thank you,
Thanks.
thank you."
I wish they could make you all wear like. I wish we gotta find like a. You could wear like some. Boost them up. Like I wish there wasn't t-shirts. I wish it was like that place where they wear those.
I'm so
bustiers.
sorry. I'm like, I don't get paid enough to do that.
You're right. You're right. You don't have to show
I'm
up.
there
So I'm not
to
showing
clock
off.
in, do my job, clock out. Shout out to the girls that do mugs for work. I'm like, couldn't be bothered. Don't care. Y'all don't pay me enough.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
I'm not there to
I'm
present
not putting these
gender
tatas
for
on
y'all.
display.
That's here where they pay.
Oh, that was the way.
Oh, wrong way.
I think I used it in the front of my teeth. Nope, didn't.
I don't know what you're doing, but
I'm cleaning my teeth. Honestly, I don't even think that it was like the pressures of people around me in Florida saying you need to conform. I think it was more so Charlene Incarnate and like Brooklyn being like, you're not coming back to my house party in boy shorts, hun, and not shaved. Because it's one of the 7 cardinal rules of womanhood, which I haven't looked those up, but that was one of them. Is that like, if you're doing it, you're doing it. You're committing. Because other girls have to do it for safety. So why do I just get to
half-ass it.
half-ass
Why
it?
do I get to walk? Why do you get to walk in the party and look a mess?
Yeah. Which whenever she told me that, I was like, I should be able to express it however I want. I should be able to shave my face whenever I want. I should be able to wear whatever I want. True. But whenever you're going out into the world, you're representing other people. You're representing more than just yourself. And that's not always the case. I don't always adhere to my whatever I should do for
But
the male
here's the
gaze or
thing.
for comfort or for safety. I just hide myself because nobody's gonna know who I am.
But here's the thing. You still like walk around like a woman and exist as a woman. Because I'm like,
I didn't then. I did not.
No. We're talking now.
I did not.
Because when
then.
you do your little like skulky drag, your little oversized
Insert
t-shirt
photo.
and bucket hat, I'm like, she's still walking around like a lady. There's still she herring.
I still get she heard, especially at the airport.
Especially at the airport.
I think that's where it really matters.
Thank you. When the female TSA officer comes to pat you down, yeah, Diva, what's up? Come. Thank you, Diva.
Yeah, and that was when I was like, okay, let me stop wearing shorts all the time. Let me start wearing dresses and like really get into this. That's what really did it. Otherwise, I don't know how long it would have taken to be a pretty little princess.
Sometimes you just gotta indulge and like wear those things that make you feel feminine, because when they do, they make you walk feminine and make you mannerism feminine. And like that's the way that I always think about it. I'm like, your transness isn't always in the way that you look. It's the way that you pull out that card out the wallet, or the way that you press 30% tip, or the way that you open the door, or you don't open the door because someone's doing it for you. It's just like there's so much to it of like being a woman, not just like looking or talking or like whatever.
Yeah, you can sound like this.
You can, but I don't know if you should. There we go. She sat like this, but she's down there. So it's like, there's womanhood peeking through somewhere.
And I think that it's important. It matters. It goes a long way to put in a little effort.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's something that all women see. Because I'm like, the cis girls that get it. And I'm like, we may not have all similarities, but there are some things that we all experience, whether you're trans, cis.
Some intersectionalities, yeah.
There's
definitely.
always, it's a circle sometimes.
Okay, it's a circle.
Oh no, I mean,
you
like,
caught me up there. I was like, is it a circle or are we
is it a square? I thought we were
cross-dressing.
No, I'm like, where there's stuff where I'm like, the way that like certain people treat you or talk to you, and like, as they're perceiving you as a woman, they're gonna treat you like a woman.
Very true. They're gonna cut you off and flip you off just like one.
Call you stupid that can't turn right into the right lane.
People are so mean in traffic, especially when they see me with a mug.
Oh, they're like, this stupid pretty can't drive for stupid woman. And you know what? That might be true, but like not all women are like that.
The West Virginia license plate helped for a while, but now I got a Nevada. They're like, God, where are they from?
They can clock it.
You know, you're lucky. You're in a time, a day and age where people aren't like, you should go get your body pumped. And, you know, before we all had like access to expensive surgeries, whenever they costed even more, then it was like, okay, we'll just go pump our bodies up. That's what girls were telling me. Like when I started transitioning, girls were like, I know somebody, you want to look like a woman? Let's go get your hips. You want hips now? Let's put some in there. And it's like illegal silicone. It's not like it moves, migrates. You get 20 years out of it max, and then it moves somewhere and then kills off whatever part of the body it's moving to. Like it starts to turn black and blue.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, and I understand like girls are saying that out of like, I've had it done. It did wonders for me. I feel very affirmed. I'm sure it would make you feel affirmed, and it would help you pass, and it would help you have all these, it would silence those voices, right? Because that's what we're affirming our bodies, is trying to silence those voices. And so they're doing it out of love, but knowing that like people have died, like
Yeah.
people have been sent to prison for putting caulking in people's butts and bodies.
I'm like, we are past that time in history.
We're not though.
Well, in the sense that like it is more accessible
It is.
and, you know, just be safe. You know, and I hate to say this, sometimes you gotta sit in your dysphoria and really take it in. And you know that's okay. Not every day is gonna be fierce and fabulous and you're gonna be cunt diva woman of the moment. Sometimes you're gonna feel like a dude and that's okay.
Totally fine. Because then we have like, you know, like biological women, K. Michelle on television being like, I've had illegal silicone done to my body and I've now had 12 surgeries to get it removed and I can't ever get it all out. And like,
it's a thing that you're gonna have to live with
before
forever.
went on stage and still had to perform. And like to have that in your brain
at any moment, you can't sit a certain way.
If you went and got in a car accident, like,
oh wow, yeah, anything.
Yeah. And Marissa talked about that, like getting into a car accident and thinking like it could move and alter my body. Like, not just alter it, but like chemically.
Also, that shit could like go anywhere.
Through your bloodstream, to your brain, to your heart. That's terrifying. Don't do that, girls. Go get in the gym or something. Squat it up.
You know, I can't say that I'm doing that, so.
You ain't gotta worry about that.
I don't know. I feel like it always gave women. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I'm very lucky that I avoid certain dysphorias. Also, I'm like, the big girl always wins.
Tanya said, you blend. You blend, baby.
I'll take it.
And speaking of people like, you know, pressuring to do things, I'm glad you got a brain and you've sat on this for 5 years and been like, I don't even want to take moans before I'm like ready for them. Because there are people who have been like popcorn trannies and they're like, go get it done now. Microwave trannies, go get it done now. And it's like, that's beautiful because like I've waited 10 years and I'm still doing things that is like that I find are gonna affirm me for later in life. But I don't know. I am in a sense. I'm glad that I've waited to do certain things.
It's good to be patient.
Yeah.
In like every part of your transition, I'm like, I'm not trying to rush through all that. I'm like, I'm gonna be on my hormones for a bit, grow my crazy style. So when I do get them done, big naturals.
Don't let these girls pressure you into thinking like, this makes you a woman, this makes you transgender, this makes you transsexual, this makes you this, like,
because at the end of the day, it's you who's got to sit with it in the dark.
Yeah.
And you got to feel your at any moment.
I remember there was this girl at the Miss Florida pageant, and she was not girl, she's a woman. She's like in her 40s, late 40s, and she was saying that like in her day, it was like, this is what makes you a woman. So go get your Orky, go get your Adam's apple done, go get all of these things done. And it's like, she said, I'm now in my 40s and I'm just now using my two top. She said, and I don't know that I would have She didn't say I wouldn't have. She said I don't know that I would have done my Orky had I been in today's time around girls like who were encouraging that like you can use that. That doesn't make you a man to use your. It doesn't make you a man to
Yeah.
have balls. Like
Like if that's your tea and you don't like that, totally understandable.
1000%.
Girl, go get that. Let's go dilate. That's
Yeah.
fierce. But I'm like, that's where I'm like, I'm not bothered by it. I find it quite fierce, and that's all that matters.
And there are so many men who love us for who we are, however whatever we do to ourselves. So it's like, don't do something for a partner, don't do something for other
No.
girls,
Only for you ever.
only for you. And like, maybe talk to somebody about it.
Talk to your sisters. See, it's a conversation to be had.
And divulge
And it's only
into
something that
why.
like not everyone's the same, but like everyone has their own opinion, like sees it from a different perspective, and it's just like there's any way to be trans just about.
Literally.
At the end of the day, that's still a lady. She still gets treated like a lady.
I will say I'm very thankful for doing sex work. Like, I'm thankful that I'm able to compartmentalize it, that I've done it for so long, whatever, because that has been what has allowed me to fund my transition. It's expensive to spend. I mean, these cost $6,000 from that same doctor when it was $4,000 10 years ago. But like, these aren't like top of the line tatas. Like, there's girls out there who's paying like $14,000, $30,000 for a breast augmentation. I'm like, it's so expensive
Insanely.
to medically transition that I'm like, I don't know how I would do it if I didn't do this. Not for me to say like I want anybody to go do this to get their stuff done. I'm just saying it's like I'm really grateful that I've been able to
fast track it in that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, not even fast
Be
track
able
it, but
to
still
be
pay
able
for
to
it.
acquire that income quite quickly through a skill of an asset of skills, I should say,
Asset of certain skills in labor.
in labor and charisma.
Yeah, because
Because
like
girl, it's work. She be working.
I just imagine like going into like finding it get like
Like
there
a
are
normal
certain
person
doctors
job.
like I went to Peter Raphael in Texas because other girls were like he's great and I could see his work and like it wasn't the most expensive but it was not cheap and it's not
Yeah.
something I could do with insurance. So it's like
Also, to get insurance is so ridiculously expensive. It is a joke, and it's terrible.
and then to like know like okay I gotta go clock in and if I don't go clock in then I'm like I might not have insurance and that's what I'm building up for and it's like yeah I'm very grateful like 'cause it's so expensive.
Yeah, I'm just slowly putting more and more money away
Good
to
girl.
get it done. Because I'm chilling right now, but I'm like, they're going to be quite fierce. I'm very excited. I know what I want. I need to find a doctor that knows how to play with the big girls, who has something to work with.
So if y'all know
Girl, send me a DM. I love to talk. I love to chat. If that's the vibe. I do ignore people sometimes when I'm just like, no, it's not. It's not.
she won't ignore an experienced sister who's got advice.
No, that's where I'm like, we can cut up.
Yeah.
But not everyone.
No. She doesn't make time for the chasers. Unless they're trans. Unless they're a trans chaser.
Well, they always end up chasing one or two ways.
And I've said it a million times, and Tanya Khan would have said it to me 10 million more. You want tatas, go to Florida, go to the doctors who know how to work with the girls. So, like, wherever you're going to go, you have to go to doctors who are going to work with trans patients, trans
At least
women,
like
and be
specialized. Because I'm like, especially the way that they talk to you and the way that they treat you would be nice to be treated correctly.
Yeah.
But also, like, our bodies are different. The way they react to things are different.
How
and the
they
way
heal.
how they heal is different. So it's like, you can't just be cutting up
No.
the same.
It's not Kiki. We can't be cutting up. We gotta know what we're doing.
Yeah.
And so it's not always about finding a doctor in a place that has worked with trans people. It's about someone who literally, like you said,
It knows what they're
specializes.
talking about. has a plan, is an artist, if even. It's an art.
Yeah.
Every canvas is different, and like if they know how to, roll with the punches.
Phew. They do get pricey though.
They do get quite pricey. Thank you so much, Signa.
Is that?
That's what I have, yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're pretty cool about the tranny stuff.
Thank you so much, Men of the World, who keep the lights on.
Oh, I thought that was your
and all
insurance
this.
company.
Men of the World.
I was like, Men of the World insurance for men. We're protecting men,
So good.
ensuring that men are insured.
Ensuring that men are insured is so funny.
I want that on a t-shirt. That witch in the bathroom giving you a bump is not your mother. God. Trans people are really like the prophets. Like, I know we exist all the time, but I'm like, those are the prophets. They're really letting you know what's about to happen in the culture, and really gonna tell you what's happening, like, in your journey.
What are you talking about?
K-Power saying Power? I can't. It was K-Power saying that witch in the bathroom giving you a bump is not your mother. And I really sit and thought about that, and I'm like, yeah, she's a good time. And, she might be a little messy and a little bit too much fun, but that is not your mother. And I feel like some of my friends are learning that lesson right now.
I'll say I've given you so many blunts, so many edibles, so many dabs.
But never a bump.
But never a bump. Never a
Tussie, whatever they call it.
A Tussie. Never a
K-hole.
Thought you were going to say a colonic.
Girl, these
bitches,
colonic enema douche. I'm tired of y'all. Enough. Apparently, we now know the difference as we've been educated thoroughly by many experts in the comment sections of our Instagram page. Follow us at That Big and Bald Pod. They're getting kind of silly.
Like, they love that we talk about poop. They love that we talk about poop for minutes on end.
It's just like, that's just life, I fear. And the fact that, like, it's just realness. And they love a genuine conversation, even if it's about poop. And, these apparently are educated themselves, because in the comment section, they are on our necks about the semantics and the way that we talk and the things that we say. And I'm like, girl, I don't know what to tell you. I'm like, that's if you are here for the correct medical jargon, I hate to tell you, this is not the space for you.
We don't know.
But thank you so much for correcting us. We are just stupid idiot who don't know anything, and that's just our woman experience, I guess. Thank you for treating us as such.
What was the other comment?
I don't.
What was the other comment?
That bitch with a really bad bob. What did she say? What did that say? She said something about like us not being women. I said, ma'am, you're a little more clocky than I am, so I'd maybe watch it. The clocky really need to start being trans allies, because you're right there with us, sister.
Oh my God. T.S. Madison was having a conversation with Les just the other day about bricks.
There are women who are bricks, and that's just a reality. She said like something like, press number 2 if you're a brick in the chat. To my sis bricks, you're real, you're a part of the house, so you're the strong foundation.
I was losing over that one. But no, there were some people in the comments who were like, I didn't even know that they were trans. Like,
that one, I'm like, okay, girl.
I don't know. I was stretching it. I'm like,
sure.
Base down here, bald, and I'm on the side.
But you know what? It's that kind of thing where it's like, when you're giving girl, you give girl. And it kind of in your brain.
Right there? That thing that moves up and down.
I've never had a friend with a lady friend with an Adam's apple before. I think that's really special. There's just a thing that I appreciate so much about like being obsessed with drag at like, I don't know, a younger age where I'm like, I learned how to paint from drag queens. Like the way that I learned to do my mug was like I would sit down and like Aja before she got on Drag Race like years before would go on Facebook Live and just do her makeup on live. And I learned my process and like when to do what goes where, this and that. And girl, that really taught me how to do it when I started doing drag. And then, you know, as I did drag for a second, it was clown. It was drag.
She
Drag
said,
makeup.
"This is my mug. Nobody's got this one."
Let's wake that up. But then as I kind of started my transition, I started to do a bit of a softer moment and learn my womanhood and, you know, my showgirl makeup, to which then translates into your like cunt girl makeup. And I hate to say it, you can tell if it's like done drag because they know how to paint.
You can most certainly tell.
You can tell who's been playing in them brushes for a little bit.
I have girls come on my lap and they're like, "How do you learn to do your makeup like this?" Like women and trans
Years.
both. And I'm like, years of doing it?
I think I've been doing makeup since I was like, I think for like 10, 11 years now.
Yeah.
I was playing and then it kind of got good around high school and like I was doing makeup for school and like serving a little one too. And you know, you learn your
You were watching Aja. I was watching Miss Fame and Gigi Gorgeous. before
Gigi
she was
Gorgeous.
trans.
I love Gigi Gorgeous. Also, yeah, just watching drag queens and like learning how to paint and like, you know,
That's how we.
it really does
we
it.
do it.
Cause it's real tea. I'm like, that's where like a lot of like the makeup basics come from. Where like these girls, like the Kardashians, when they were when they learned what contour was, they just kind of made it more for the girls that already have the structure.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like those first seasons, it's just like airbrushed makeup on, and then it becomes like contour, like cut, like angles.
It's because
and
they have doing their makeup and it's around drag queens and
transsexuals.
we need to bring back those masculine ass gay dudes who did makeup. Like those fine ass, like a Makeup by Mario, but a little butchier.
Not but a little butchier.
That's a queen. That's a queen. I'm like, because even like the masked dudes, I'm like, are a little femme.
I like Erica's makeup artist and assistant choreographer or whatever. He does everything. Doesn't
Yeah.
he?
I'm not like from back in the day. I don't think they
Yeah.
still work together.
I mean, they don't work together now. I
That
guess
loud,
forever, but
that
like,
loud opinionated. You know what, girl? You
he was
better.
hot. I'd bent him over. I thought we were just talking about hot ones. You don't think he's hot?
It's not my
Not your type.
tea. Not
Yeah.
my tea.
I had an ex who looked like him. Kind of hot.
You said it brings back memories.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us while we just talk about our business. Whether you're a tranny or not, you're welcome for the insight, the look inside, behind the curtain.
In the
Women's room. You know, we've done it big with Bald. And, you know, you can follow us everywhere at That Big and Bald Podcast. You know, you want to follow it. That's honestly where the fierceness is being found.
That Big and Bald Pod.
Thank you, Brandon.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Spotify, YouTube, Patreon. I almost said Peacock.
Not yet. We're working on it. But thank you guys so much for listening. Go ahead and give us a follow. Go ahead and let us know what you lived or what you hated. And if you hated it, I'm going to read you back. So trust. But do with that what you will. We live, we laugh, and I guess we'll love it.